Hello, my name is Grant Kramer, and I am a professor emeritus at the University of Nevada, Reno. Today I will be continuing my varietal series on Lemberger. Lemberger is one of 13 varieties that we tested at our university experimental station. Lemberger is a grape that makes red wines. It was one of the top 3 red grapes in our varietal trial of 13 different varieties. Lemberger is believed to come from Slovenia originally, dating back more than 250 years at least with the written records, but perhaps all the way back to the Middle Ages. Parents of Lemberger have been identified genetically as Zimitra Blau, which is a red grape and the male parent, and Unisch Weiss, which is a white female parent, also known as Gouais Blanc. Gouais Blanc is also the parent of Chardonnay. And interestingly, both varieties, Chardonnay and Lemberger, are very susceptible to powdery mildew. So perhaps Gouais Blanc is the reason that they have that susceptibility. Synonyms for Lemberger are Blaufränkisch. Now, Blaufränkisch is some cases considered the official name for Lemberger. We use Lemberger because that's commonly what's labeled in our red wines in the United States in the different regions, and how we received the grapes, it was called Lemberger. Lemberger, the name Lemberger is thought to come from a town in Slovenia called Lemberg, also sort of linking it to that region. Other synonyms from other countries in the area are Burgund Mare, Franconia, Frankovka, Frankovka Modra, Keck Frankos, and Blauer Lemberger, which is another German name, Blauer meaning blue. Popular locations for where it's grown are in Austria, Germany, Hungary, Slovakia, Romania, and Croatia, all in the eastern regions of Europe. The climate characteristics of this grape variety are said to be intermediate to warm climate. So I've labeled it here on this chart between the intermediate warm region. And it has moderate cold hardiness. In our trial, it was one of the best varieties growing and surviving some of the winter damages that would occur in our varietal trial. In fact, I would say that the variety did as well or better than the Cabernet Franc, which is labeled here on this chart. It is a vigorous variety, very productive, as we'll see in the next slide. The leaves have 3, maybe 5 slight sinuses between the lobes, and the petiolar sinus is a deep U-shaped form, and it has a tooth margin. The clusters are large and loose. The berry color is very dark blue-black. The colors coming out of the juice are very rich in color. The berries are large, round, and juicy. And again, when we press these very large, heavy clusters with lots of grapes on them, we get a lot of juice out of the pressing. So these are photos of our leaves and grapes in our vineyard at UNR. Down in the right-hand corner, you can see leaves from the Lemberger in Germany, photographed by Bruhl at JKI. So as I mentioned, production characteristics is very productive with high yields. As you can see on the right here in our vineyard, these varieties produce a large number of large clusters. We had to be careful not to overcrop this variety. It was that productive. It's grown with a vertical shoot positioning system. It does well in most soils, but especially deep fertile soils like our soils here at the UNR vineyard. It has a relatively early bud break and mid-ripening phase. And mid-ripening was really extended in our case because this grape had high acids, which were hard to bring down in our cool fall temperatures. And so we would try to extend it as long as we could without hardly getting any further drop in the acids. So at our Valley Road experiment station, we had seasons that started in late April,
beginning of May, and they would generally go into October and usually into mid-October until we got a frost. The Brix ranges would come out between 22 and 25, and more typically in the 24 to 25 range. The TAs, on the other hand, were quite high. As I mentioned, TAs were ranging anywhere between 8 and 10.7, quite high, frequently in the 9 region. Only in one season, one unusually warm year, did we get our TAs down below 8 and even below 7. So it's a pretty acidic grape, and that's the biggest challenge besides the powdery mildew for growing this grape variety. The fruit and wine characteristics. It has a red fruit, spicy, pepper, aromatic character to the wines. It has fruit flavors, blackberry, elderberry, sour cherry, and vegetal flavors and aromas of green bell pepper and other vegetal characters. And again, a basic part of this wine is that it's acidic. The wines are full-bodied and very deep red in color. On the right there, you can see a picture of a wine that I bought from Germany, showing the deep red color of this variety. I would say that our wines were as deep or darker than this glass of wine shown here. In our trials in the northern Nevada region, it made consistently good wines and was very popular with a local tasting panel that we had assembled over several years of tasting. Our wines in northern Nevada, in my opinion, were better than the ones I tasted in Washington, Colorado, and New York. I would say our wines, if I was to characterize them compared to the other grape from the other regions, were more fruity and well balanced. There are only a couple of clones in the United States, or at least in California, at the Foundation Plant Services. Here you can see some photographs of grape clusters from Davis on the right, 2 photos on the right, and a cluster from Germany on the left from JKI. So in summary, Lemberger potential is good to very good for northern Nevada. I would rank this as in the top 3 reds in our northern Nevada region based upon its wine characteristics, its very good productivity, and cold hardiness. It has early bud break and mid-ripening. Its wines were popular amongst local wine tasters.
Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, then like it. And subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more videos like this one. Have a great day.